day 3 here. We've finished pounding the posts. We'll show you those later. And now we're building bows. And so we built 2 rebars here. If it bumps the end against the right one and the bow against the other one, that's in the right spot. Set that into sort of place with a bracket. We need 2 brackets, one on each end. We don't have them slid on here yet. We're going to slide 2 brackets onto that pipe. These come together right here with that center connector. These tech screws that we have for this are pretty slick. They actually drill in, tap their own hole really nice. Let's see if I can do this one-handed here. They look like that. You got a pretty good drill on them. You got to make sure that you don't go through too much. You just want them to touch. There's nothing tightening about them. But those, they drill their own, tap their own hole really nice, and they're not super strong. The head will break off. So I'll show you more when we get this done. But what we're going to do is we're going to slide 2 brackets on each of these ends. We're going to hook up the cross member, both the braces, and then I'll show it to you when we get done. And we've got one more rebar here at the top that also helps us keep everything where it needs to be. Alright, literally 4 or 5 minutes later, we're ready to go on this one. So that's still being held by the rebar. We marked 123 inches to that Sharpie marker. Bracket goes right there. Put the main long one in there first, and then this one, that bracket there goes at 55 inches. This one goes wherever it goes. Based on just the length, it goes like that though. We got both of our screws in there. Again, this side 55 to that line. Our cross brace in there. This one's at 123 inches to the Sharpie marker. We're sitting inside of our rebar stakes, and that's a finished bow for us. And we've got a few more. I think that's like the 5th or 6th one we've done. We're getting faster, and so we're just going to stack them up out here. And we still have to level set our posts before we can set these on there. So we need a little bit less of a windy day, but we're doing pretty good. So we're going to get 23 of these built, and then the end ones are just a hair different. So we'll get back to work. All right, we have, I believe, 13 bows done. This is number 14, sitting in parts out here. We realized that we were a little short on time. We got kids events on Wednesdays, so everybody's going to get ready for that while I'm putting the tractor away. Realized that we're not going to get them all in here, so we've started stacking them over there by the beans. So we'll pick this up another time. I'm gonna go show you my posts over here. All right, so we have all the ground stakes in. Not bad for us. Pretty good for us, really. I believe that this one over here, it's kind of cool, and you can see them all. And I don't know how well it's gonna turn on the camera. A little angled view of that. You can see the ones on the far side too. I do believe this one here, this first one on this end, is right height and everything, based on what I know. It was real straight too. So they'll all turn out to be this high, and they're not. If you look across here, We got a lot of, up and down 2-3 inches on every one of them. And we did that on purpose because the final height equalizer is going to be this laser thing we borrowed from my brother-in-law. And we need a day when it's not windy out, or we can just set a table in the center here, a little work table or something. Set the laser on top of it, and then it puts a stripe in a circular pattern or whatever. So basically all the time you can walk up to any of the posts and get a reading off of it and tell that it needs to go in 3 inches more, 4 inches more, whatever it is. So that is the next step out here. But for now, it's too windy. I think the table would, and the laser would rock back and forth just a little bit, and that would just make everything not accurate at all. So we need a day when it's not windy out, and then we come out here and put the laser on. We want to mark down on every post using the end one for the master. And so wherever the laser line comes on that, if it's 9 1/4 inches from the top, we mark all the posts at 9 1/4 with a Sharpie, and then we start moving them one at a time down to that mark, and then they'll all be the right height. That self-leveling orbital laser is awesome. It's huge for this project. So that's our next step out here. We just have to have a day when it's not windy. And then those arches, we should be able to come in here, probably have those on the forks of the Kubota, I guess. We'll try it out in many ways. And we set them in here, and my guess is that when we set them in there, this bolt hole is going to line up with that bolt hole we saw on the end of those arches we're building, or the bows we're building, I used to call them. Put a bolt through there and start bracing things up, because I don't think we want to set them here and then have a wind hit them before we get them all tied together somehow. So that is where we're heading with this. Thanks for watching. There'll be another video next time we work on it.